to Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are continuing with our discussion on seventh canto, right? Okay, so we were discussing seventh canto, chapter 10, text 41 we discussed. Today we are going to do it from 42 onwards. Okay, okay. 1 minute. Okay, so now from 42, the previous section was where Naraji was explaining the future life of Diti's son, 35 to 41. Okay, now from 42 to 47, Narad Muni is going to summarize the whatever he spoke from the first chapter to the 10th chapter of this seventh canto, and also the Falasruti, that means the result of hearing this all discussion. Okay, text number 42. एषा ब्रह्मण्यदेवस्य कृष्णस्य च महात्मनः अवतारकथा पुण्या वदो यत्रादिदैत्ययो. Esha, all this Brahmanya Devasya of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is worshipped by all. Brahmanas, Krishnasya, of Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Cha, also Mahatmana, the Super Soul, Avatar Katha, narrations about his incarnations, Punya, pious, purifying, Padaha, killing, Yatra, wherein Adi in the beginning of the millennium, Daityayo of the demons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Okay, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, translation. In this narration about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, various expansions or incarnations of the Lord have been described. And the killing of the two demons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu also being described. Avataras or incarnations are expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna Govinda. Okay, so Narad is saying that whatever I spoke till now in that whole narration, I spoke about the Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his various expansions, incarnations. Okay, and also those expansion and incarnations, they came and killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. That also I have told you. Prabhupada ji is saying in the purport that avatars or incarnation. Now, so this avatar word is from Sanskrit. Okay, one may think that it is some English word because some movie came on this name. Okay, so this is Sanskrit word, and those people they got the ideas from our Vedic scriptures and our Puranic stories only. So avatars or incarnations are extensions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna Govinda. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Aham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original person, non-dual, infallible, and without beginning. Although he expands into unlimited form, he is still the original, and although he is the oldest person, he always appears as a fresh you. Such eternal, blissful, and all-knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood by the academic wisdom of the Vedas, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. Okay, so these are the qualities, the guna are mentioned from Brahma Samhita. So Brahma is saying that Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma. Okay, the Krishna is very special. Okay, Advaitam, Achyutam. Okay, Krishna is non-dual and infallible, Anadim. He has no beginning. Anantarupam, he has many forms. Many Anant, you cannot count the Rupa of Krishna. The Anantarupam, okay. Adyam, he is the beginning of everything. And Purana Purusham, and he is the oldest person. Purana, the oldest person. But one may say that Krishna is the oldest person, the first person, then he should be very old, like big beard and very old. Like no, he is Navyavanamcha. He always appears as fresh youth, Navyavanam. Every moment his yavan, his youthfulness is increasing. Then this kind of Krishna, these are some different qualities of Krishna. But Vedeshu Durlabham. In the Vedas, it is very difficult to find all this. Okay, these forms, this kind of form of Krishna, this Navyavanam form is very difficult to understand through academic wisdom of the Vedas. But Adurlavam Atma Bhakta. But for his own devotees, pure unalloyed devotees, for them it is Adurlavam, means it is very easily available. So a devotee of Krishna can very easily understand Krishna, but a Vedic scholar may not be able to understand Krishna as he is. So such Brahmaji is saying such beautiful form, that Govinda Adi Purusha, I am offering my obeisances. Okay, I worship him. Brahma Samhita, this is the Brahma Samhita describes the avatars. Indeed, all the avatars are described in the authentic scriptures. No one can become an avatar or incarnation, although this has become fashionable in the age of Kali. Many people are declaring that they are avatars, but it is not like that. Avatars are always described in the authentic scriptures, shastras, and therefore one risks accepting a pretender as an avatar. Okay, one should refer to the shastras. So whenever you see that somebody is saying that is incarnation avatar, then you should uh, consider or refer to shastras, whether it is mentioned in shastras or not. If it is not mentioned in shastras, then it may not be right. Okay, the person may be a cheater. So the shastra says everywhere that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and that he has innumerable avatars or incarnations. Elsewhere in the Brahma Samhita, it is said Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan, Ram, Nrsimha, Vara, and many others are consecutive expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After Krishna comes Balaram. After Balaram is Sankarshan, then Aniruddha Pradyumna Narayan, and then the Purush avatars, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Kshirodakshai Vishnu. All of them are avatars. Okay, so this I have explained many times how it happens. All are avatars. Krishna is the fountainhead of all the avatars. Okay, Krishna is the Guru. One must hear about the avatars. Narrations about such avatars are called Avatar Katha. The narrations of Krishna's expansions. Okay, this is called Avatar Katha. Okay, so hearing and chanting these narrations is completely pious. Shanvatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Anybody who hears and chants can become punya, purified of material contempt. Anybody who hears about Krishna, okay, So those people, they are immediately they are purified. This avatar katha is very purifying. One should definitely and one should must hear this avatar katha. Okay, so whenever there are references to the avatars, religious principles are established, and demons who are against Krishna are killed. The Krishna consciousness movement is spreading all over the world with the two aims: to establish Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead and to kill the pretenders who falsely present themselves as avatars. Okay. So whenever there is some kind of avatar, that avatar is happening, like Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya chaduskritam. For what purpose? For establishing the religious principles, and demons who are against Krishna, for them Krishna will kill in avatar form, okay, and protect the devotees. So similarly, Prabhupada is saying that this Krishna consciousness movement, that means this ISKCON, having two purposes. One purpose is to establish Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, okay, and to kill the pretenders who falsely present themselves as avatar, right? So anybody who is saying that they are avatar, so we have ISKCON is killing them. Killing means exposing them, right? That what is real avatar means, so that many people are not able to cheat others by declaring themselves as fake avatars. Okay, and first thing is ISKCON is establishing that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, no need to get bewildered, no need to learn from the cheaters. Many people will say different thing, but ISKCON purpose is to establish what is mentioned in Bhagavatam and other scriptures. Bhagavatam is clearly saying Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam. So that is our main goal, these two. So similarly, like Krishna is coming with two goals, that paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. Similarly, ISKCON is here having two purpose. First is establishing Krishna as a supreme personality Godhead and killing the pretenders who falsely present themselves as the avatar or incarnation of the Lord. So now Prabhupada is saying that the preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement must carry this conviction very carefully within their hearts and kill the demons who in many tactful ways vilify the Supreme Personality of Krishna. So whenever we are preaching, we should have this firm conviction that yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, and we should defeat all the people who are cheating. If we take shelter of Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, it will be easier to kill the demons who are against Krishna and thus re-establish Krishna. Prabhupada is saying, if we take shelter of Lord Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, we can easily kill these people, na, who are against Krishna, na, and re-establishing, and we can re-establish that yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna is to Bhagavan Sam. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the original Lord. Prahlad Maharaj is our Guru, and Krishna is our worshipable God. As advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. If we can be successful in getting the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj and also that of Nrsimhadev, then our Krishna consciousness movement will be extremely successful. So we have to pray to Lord Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj. The demon Hiranyakashipu had so many ways to try to become God himself. He was declaring, I am the God. There is no Vishnu. But although Prahlad Maharaj was chastised and threatened in many ways, but Prahlad Maharaj rigidly refused to accept his powerful demonic father as God. He said, no, you are not God. Vishnu, Krishna is the God. So Prahlad Maharaj was not afraid. They were trying to kill. Following the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we should reject all the rascals who pretend to be God. We must accept Krishna and his incarnation and no one else. Okay? 43 and 44. प्रहरादस्यानुचरितं महाभागवतस्य च भक्तिर्ज्ञानं विरक्तिश्च याथार्थ्यं चास्य वै हरे सर्गस्थित्यप्ययेषस्य गुणकर्मानुवर्णनं परावरेषां स्थानानां कालेन व्यत्ययो महान् Praharadasya of Prahlad Maharaj Anucharitam characteristics understood by reading or describing his activities. Mahabhagavatasya of the great and exalted devotee Cha, also bhakti devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jnanam, complete knowledge of the transcendence, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Virakti, renunciation of material existence. Cha, also Yatharthyam, just to understand each of them perfectly. Cha and Asya of this way, indeed, Hare, always in remembrance to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarga of creation, Sthiti, maintaining Appaya, and annihilation, Ishasya of the Master of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guna of the transcendental qualities of and opulences. Karma and activities. Anuvarnanam, description within the disciple succession. Para avaresham, of different types of living entities known as demigods and demons. Sthananam, of the various planets or places to live. Kalena, in due course of time. Vyatyayaha, the annihilation of everything. Mahan, everything, although very good. This now Naradji is saying, I have explained you this thing, and this narration I explained you about Krishna and his incarnation and killing of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So this narration describes the characteristic of the great and exalted devotee Prahlad Maharaj, his staunch devotional service, his perfect knowledge, and his perfect detachment from material contamination. Okay, first thing, Prahlad Maharaj is staunch devotional service. Second thing, his perfect knowledge, and third thing, his perfect detachment from material contamination. And further, what I described you, I also described the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the cause of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. So now Narad Ji is summarizing all the 10th chapter. Okay, Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers has described the transcendental qualities of the Lord and has also described how the various abodes of the demigods and demons, regardless of how materially opulent, are destroyed by the mere direction of the Lord. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with description of the characteristics of various devotees with reference to the service of the Lord. This Vedic literature is called Bhagavatam because it deals with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees. This is very important to understand. Bhagavatam, this is called Bhagavatam. Okay, Srimad Bhagavata Puran. Because in the Bhagavatam directly Bhagavan is explained about Bhagavan. Okay, so that's why his name is Bhagavata Purana. Other Puranas may be Agni Purana, Vayu Purana, Garuna Purana, Matsya Purana, Vishnu Purana, like that. But this is Bhagavatam Purana. Here directly Bhagavan is explained. Who is Bhagavan? What is Bhagavan activity? Where Bhagavan lives? All those things are explained here in this Bhagavatam. Okay, that's why this is called Bhagavatam. Okay, by studying Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one can perfectly understand the science of Krishna, the nature of the material and spiritual worlds, and the aim of life. What and all? One can perfectly understand the science of Krishna, the nature of the material and spiritual worlds, and the aim of life. Srimad Bhagavatam, Amalam Puranam. Srimad Bhagavatam is what? Amalam Puranam means it has no um, useless thing. Everything is very, very pure and there is no mistake. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Vedic literature. As we have discussed in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, therefore, simply by understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, one can understand the science of the activities of the devotees, the activities of the demons, the permanent abode and the temporary abode. Through Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is perfectly know. Okay, so these are the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Amalam Puranam, if you just read Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is completed. You don't have to do anything further. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam alone is enough. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto 10th chapter text number 43 and 44 purport. Okay, you can note down this, it is very nice. I have sent you in the group also. Okay, very good. 45 धर्मो भागवतानां च भगवान्येन गम्यते आख्यानेऽस्मिन् समाम्ना आख्याने अस्मिन् समानातम् आध्यात्मिकम् अशेषतः धर्म of religious principles bhagavatanam of the devotee cha and bhagavan the supreme personality of God yena by which gamyate one can understand akhyane in the narration asmin this samanatam is perfectly described adhyatmikam transcendence asheshataha without reservation. The principles of religion by which one can actually understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are called Bhagavad Dharma. Okay. The principles of religion by which one can actually understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are called Bhagavad Dharma. Okay. In this narration, therefore, which deals with these principles, actually transcendence is properly described. So everything related to Krishna, it comes through Bhagavatam, Bhagavan. These words, as I have said many times, Bhagavan, Bhajan, Bhakta, Bhagavatam, Bhakti. This is all to whom? This is with only with reference of Krishna. Okay. So similarly, Bhagavad Dharma is also explained. It will come in detail now in future chapters. So Bhagavad Dharma means, and 11 to also it is explained. Bhagavad Dharma means to understand the Krishna. Okay. So in order to become nice devotee of Krishna and understand Krishna's Janma and Karma, whatever are system, that system or those principles are called Bhagavad Dharma. Through the principles, this is nice purport. Through the principles of religion, one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahman, the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, and Paramatma, the localized aspect of the Lord. When one is well conversant with all these principles, he becomes a devotee and performs Bhagavad Dharma. Prahlad Maharaj, the spiritual master in the line of succession, advised that this Bhagavad Dharma be instructed to students from the very beginning of their education. Kaumara Achrit Tyagyo Dharman Bhagavatan Iha. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that this Bhagavad Dharma should be taught when? When person is 5-year-old. Okay. So 5-year-old onwards, children should be taught about the Bhagavad Dharma. Okay. To understand the science of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the real purpose of education. So this is the real purpose of education. Real purpose of education is not how to earn money, how to build a house, how to get married, and how to enjoy Sanskrit education. Okay, this is not the purpose of education. Purpose of education is to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srinvatam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. One must simply hear about and describe Lord Vishnu and his various incarnations. This narration concerning Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Nrsimhadev therefore has properly described spiritual transcendental subjects. या एतत् पुण्यम आख्यानम विष्णोर्वीर्योपबृंहितम् कीर्त्येत् श्रद्धया श्रुत्वा कर्मपाशैर्विमुच्यते. यः anyone who etat this punyam pious आख्यातनम narration Vishnu of Lord Vishnu Virya, the supreme power, upabhrummitam, in which is described Kirtaye chants or repeats. Shraddhaya with great faith. Shrutva after properly hearing from the right source. Karma pasha from the bondage of future activities. Vimuchyate becomes liberated. One who hears and chants this narration about the omnipotency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu is certainly liberated from the material bondage without fail. This is the Falshruti. Anybody who hears this explanation of Lord Narsingh Dev and Prahlad Maharaj, they get liberated from the material bondage without fail. Etadhyadi purushasya mrigendra leelam daityendra yutapavadham preta pathet दैत्यात्मजस्य च सतां प्रवरस्य पुण्यं श्रुत्वान्धावं कुतो भयमेति लोकम्. Etad destination, yeah, anyone who Adi Purushasya of the original personality of God and Indra Leelam, pastime as a lion and human being combined, that the Indra of the king of the demons, Yutapa, as strong as an elephant, Vadham, the killing, Priyata with great attention, Pratheta reads Daitya Atmajasya of Prahlad Maharaj, the son of the demon Cha, also Satam among elevated devotees, Pravarasya, the best, Punyam Paya Shrutva, hearing Anubhavam, the activity, Akutah Bhayam, where there is no fear anywhere or at any time, Iti reaches Lokam, the spiritual world. Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted devotees. Anyone who with great attention hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of God, Nrsimhadev, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety or okay. So it is that anybody who hears very carefully about Prahlad Maharaj, Nrsimhadev, this whole pastime, they are surely to go and reach in the spiritual world. Okay, Vaikuntha, it is confirmed. Okay, so by Srila Prabhupada mercy, we were able to hear somewhat some faith we might have developed and we may get some purification for sure. Okay, so by Prabhupada mercy, we were able to hear the whole pastime of Lord Narsingh Dev, Lord Maharaj in many last many days. Okay, we were hearing it continuously every day. Okay, so in this way, now this in the seventh canto, this 42 to 47. Okay, these Narad Muni summarized now what is the what he has explained from chapter 1 to chapter 10. Now, next verse 48 to 51, Narad Muni will glorify Pandavas and to pacify Yudhishthir Maharaj. Okay, so now Yudhishthir Maharaj, okay, so now Yudhishthir Maharaj is hearing this story from Narad Ji about Prahlad and Narsimha. So Yudhishthir Maharaj may think that Are Prahlad was so fortunate. He directly saw the Lord, and Lord came personally to protect Prahlad Maharaj. So fortunate he is. But we are not very fortunate. Okay, Yudhishthir Maharaj will think like that. That we are not fortunate like Prahlad, because Prahlad personally saw the Lord, personally Lord came, protected him, was talking to him, blessing him. So wonderful thing, na? And Yudhishthir may think that we Pandavas are not that fortunate. Okay, so now Narad Muni will further explain this point. Okay, यूयं निर्लोके बत भूरि भागा लोकं पुनानां मुनियोऽभियन्ति येषां ग्रहाणावसतीति साक्षात् गूढं परं ब्रह्म मनुष्यलिङ्गम्. यूयम, all of you, the Pandavas, nirloke within this material world, but however, Bhuri Bhaga, extremely fortunate. Lokam, all the planets, Punana, who can purify. Muniha, great saintly person. Abhiyanti, almost always come to visit. Yesham, of whom Grahan, the house Avashati resides in. Iti, the Saksha, directly Gudam, very confidential. Param Brahma, the supreme personality regarded. Manushya Lingam, appearing just like a human being. Okay, so Narad Muni will glorify Pandavas and pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj from 48 to 51. 4 shlokas. Okay. Narad Muni continued, my dear Maharaj Yudhishthira, all of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate. Why? For the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna lives in your palace. Okay. Krishna lives in your palace just like a human being. Great saintly persons knows this. Okay, great saintly persons know this very well, and therefore they constantly visit this house. Okay. Why you are so fortunate? Narad is saying you are very fortunate. Why? Because Yeshan Grana Avasati Sakshat. Sakshat is sitting in your home only, and like a normal human being. Okay. So Gudam Param Brahma Manushya Lingam. Many people Lokam Punanam Munyo Viyanti. So you are very, very fortunate that Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, always resides in your palace, and many people, many saintly personalities knows this, and that is why they continuously come and visit your house. Why? Because Krishna is there. So after hearing about the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, a pure devotee should be very anxious to follow in his footsteps. But such a devotee might be disappointed, thinking that not every devotee can come to the standard of Prahlad Maharaj. So this is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks himself to be the lowest. This is the quality of pure devotee. He thinks he is the lowest, to be incompetent and unqualified. So in this way, after hearing the narration of Prahlad Maharaj's activities, Maharaj Yudhishthir, who was on the same standard of devotional service as Prahlad, might have been thinking of his own humble position. Okay, so Prahlad, Maharaj Yudhishthir, out of humility, he may think this, that I am not qualified as Prahlad. So Narad Muni, however, could understand Maharaj Yudhishthir's mind, and therefore he immediately encouraged him by saying that the Pandavas were not less fortunate. They were as good as Prahlad Maharaj, because although Lord Nrsimha appeared for Prahlad, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original form as Krishna was always living with the Pandavas. Although the Pandavas, because of the influence of Krishna's Yoga Maya, could not think of their fortunate position, every saintly person, including the great Sri Narad, could understand it, and therefore they constantly visited Maharaj Yudhishthir. Okay. Actually, Maharaj Yudhishthir, thinking out of humility that I am not fortunate like Prahlad, for Prahlad, Lord Nrsimha personally, but actually he is also as equally fortunate like Prahlad. Because why? Because you see, Lord personally is there with Pandavas all the time, talking with them, eating with them, sleeping with them nicely, residing in their palace. So this is the great fortune of Maharaj Yudhishthir and Pandavas, and also this is the humility which is expressed by Maharaj Yudhishthir. This is also the next quality. Any pure devotee who is constantly conscious of Krishna is naturally very fortunate. If we can constantly become conscious of Krishna, that's what Prabhupada wanted us, that we become constantly conscious of Krishna. That means that is called Krishna consciousness. That's why Prabhupada gave the name Krishna consciousness. We have to constantly be conscious about Krishna. Okay, so the word Nirloke means within the material world indicates that before the Pandavas, there had been many, many devotees, such as descendants of Yadu dynasty and Vasishtha, Marichi, Kashyap, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, who were all extremely fortunate. The Pandavas, however, were better than all of them. Why? Because Krishna himself lived with them constantly. Narad Muni therefore specifically mentioned that within this material world, Nirloke, the Pandavas were the most fortunate, because everybody got association of Krishna maybe for some time, and maybe in another form. But here with Pandavas, Krishna is living actually. He is living